of here.
Hi there, we're Matt and Stacy. We recently bought an off-grid property in beautiful West Virginia. We've been busy making this property our own little slice of paradise, adding in a few modern conveniences, having fun learning all of the construction trades, and converting a pole barn into our future home. This channel is about my passion for painting with a torch and wax, and about our passion for adventure and taking risks. Consider subscribing and join this creative community. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the video.
Good morning. Chilly start to the day, but the sun is out and we are getting started bright and early on, see those black pieces there, back there, bright and early on the window sills, I guess, if you will. So yeah, let's get started on that. And then we have a few other projects to do today. We're gonna see how far we get along. One window done. I think about 4 more to go. Don't mind all those nail fills there. Apparently it helps if there's nails actually in the nail gun to tack up a piece of trim. Moving on to window number 2, and there's a bit of a gap up here in the insulation from the spray foam because they taped off that area. So we're just stuffing some pink insulation up in there to have a little bit extra insulation. Insulation, not installation. Matt just said we could use some more installation too. Four windows done. 1 more to go.
I'm out. I'm out of here.
2 last pieces of the windowsill going in.
Woohoo!
And from here, we are moving on to the fireplace area.
Moving on from the fireplace up to the ceiling area up here. So the only thing we need with the fireplace is for the fireplace guys to call us back so we could get the chimney run on the inside and then outside of the building. So unfortunately, we can't really have a fire in here yet without, you know, smoking the barn out, but it really does look nice. We're also planning on putting heat shield, metal heat shields on the wall, so any of you that are too concerned that it's too close to the wall, don't worry, we're doing heat shields there. I just need to figure out what we're doing on the shiplap, whether we're painting it, staining it, oiling it, before I put the heat shields up. But I think the fireplace looks super cute and cozy in this space. I think you can see that pretty clearly, but that spray foam there is exposed. So we're gonna take and kind of make a little tiny soffit area in between the wall and the first floor joist, all along this wall. It's kind of funny, we were just talking and it's like these little tiny touches that all of a sudden make the space feel a little bit more finished, if you will. And over here, obviously we still have spray foam exposed, so we have to figure out what we're doing on that area. But I think this was a really nice solution to this area. Up next though, what I want to do is move on to the shiplap. And I think I had said that we weren't sure if we were going to paint it white or try to put like a clear coat on it. And I think what we've decided to do is put a clear coat on it. And I got several different types of oils because I didn't want to use a polyurethane and have to worry about sanding in between coats and all of that jazz. So I'm gonna try, we have a couple little tiny pieces left from the project, and I wanna try it on a couple pieces to see what oil we prefer. We're trying to keep it as light and as natural as possible. I know the oil is gonna change the color a little bit, but we're hoping to find one that doesn't change it a lot. So that's the next plan. All right, I'm gonna let these thoroughly kind of dry. I think I like, maybe it's between the Danish oil one and the tongue oil one. Here, let me move this over here so you can kind of see all three. The boiled linseed I think is a little yellowy, and the tongue oil is kind of getting that way, so I don't know. Stay tuned to find out.
While we contemplate what oil we're going to be using, and while that dries a bit more, we are moving on to the kitchen hardware, which I didn't film a lot of because it's kind of a repetitive process. Not that interesting.
The last one.
Good afternoon. Hopefully you can hear me. It is super windy outside today. A little bit chilly as well. At least it's not pouring down rain anymore. At any rate, today's plan is to get oil on this shiplap back here. Decided on the, can't remember what I decided on now. Hold please. Decided on the Danish oil. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out, now that all that shiplap is up, how to put the oil on the shiplap already installed. I know what you're gonna say. We should have put the oil on the shiplap before we installed it. And yes, that is very true. We did not know if we were gonna paint or stain it. And while we should have decided that earlier, we have now decided to oil or stain it. And so a little bit extra work, but hopefully it'll go okay. I don't know if you can see that huge mess back there, but I also have to work on clearing all that out. And in other news, our heating units are still on back order, so it's a little chilly in here. I'm probably gonna have the big old jet heater working. Still don't have the piping for the stove, and the contractors are not calling us back on that. So needless to say, it's been a little bit of a frustrating start to the week, but nothing we can do about that. Supposedly that outdoor unit for those mini splits is on a truck somewhere, but for some reason that was middle of last week that they told us that, and they don't have tracking for it, which I really don't understand. I think most truck drivers have to keep a log, so I don't know why they wouldn't be able to look at that. Hopefully it's not lost somewhere. I don't know. At any rate, moving on to oiling the shiplap. First, going to clean up that mess or get that mess out from the corner. Probably gonna put you on time lapse since it's just me doing all of this. It's a work day, so Matt is up probably on a million conference calls at the moment. All right, let's get going. And this is what you call all of the stuff shuffle. So I moved it from one area to another area. I did put a bunch of cardboard down, covered the wood burner stove with plastic because I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, not to have another paint spill episode, but this way maybe most of the things will be covered with cardboard just in case. Hopefully I don't. Alright, it is all done. Both walls. I think it looks really good. Have the windows wide open and the heater is turned off, so it's a little chilly in here. But I'm trying to air it out because the oil does have a bit of a smell to it. And so yeah, just trying to air it out, but I really am happy with how it looks. Put all the big mess back in the corner. And you may have noticed this stack of shiplap is going to go on, try not to make you dizzy, the wall there behind the ladder. But this morning I went and figured out what type of lighting we can do because there's going to be the stairs going up there. And trying to tackle that project, doing research on that, coming up a little empty-handed, but I think I found another solution for it. But the whole point of this was this shiplap I'm going to oil a different day while it's not on the wall. So I'm hoping it'll be a little bit easier. Good morning. Came out here in the barn to clean up this mess behind me in our kitchen area because we have an important delivery coming tomorrow. But I thought I would flip the camera around and kind of show you what's been happening because a few other exciting things have been happening. We got more shiplap installed on this last wall. That top we left open because we still have to do the lights in the bathroom, so we have to have access to that. But I don't know if you can see, there's a little white box there, and there's also, oh boy, the ladder's really in the way. There's also a white box up there behind the ladder, and there is one down here. And those are actually little stair lights. So over the weekend, I didn't film any of it because honestly there wasn't a whole lot of excitement other than putting up the shiplap, which you guys have already seen us do. So I figured that was, you know, not all that exciting. If you have missed that video, I'll link it up here and you can, or here I think, you can go watch it. But at any rate, we stuck up the shiplap and then we did a whole lot of math and figuring out our stairs prior to putting up the shiplap so we could run those electric for those 3 stair lights. So lots of cardboard was used. I will be recycling it, but it was leftover cardboard from our kitchen cabinets. So we decided to make up a template and kind of help us walk through the process. These are not the only stairs that we're building. We actually are going to be building an alternating stairs, which is every other kind of step is back and forth. So that's going to be months and months and months away, but we did need to get the electric figured out so that we could put the shiplap up. So that was this past weekend's project, if you will, and it took all weekend. Crazy enough.
Wait for it. Stair lighting.
At any rate, I'm gonna get this counter cleaned up, and I will probably pick you guys back up tomorrow when we have this exciting delivery. So see you in just a few moments.
Good morning. Very exciting day today. Very, very exciting day. That's right. We are getting kitchen countertops installed, and they are coming out beautifully. But not only kitchen countertops, we are also getting kitchen appliances installed. So very, very exciting day.
Good afternoon. Happy weekend. I have really good news, so-so news, and maybe not great news to share with all of you. So let's start with the not so great news. The dishwasher that was delivered is dented and has to go back. So that's the not so great news. It'll probably be, I'm hoping, just a couple weeks before we get a new one in. Initially they told us 1 to 2 months, but I think hopefully we have one tracked down and it'll be here in a week or two. So that's the not so great news. I mean, it's a dishwasher, right? I've been living without a dishwasher for months and months and months. And the good news is, the really good news is we have countertops installed. I don't know if you could see that back there. And so we have a big, huge kitchen sink. That's the really great news. And of course, along with the kitchen sink, we have the kitchen faucet, which Matt got installed last night. So we definitely now have water in the kitchen and a much bigger sink to wash pots and pans in, other than their tiny little camper sink. So that is really, really great news. We also have a pretty good size, full size refrigerator. So that is the other really great news. Then the so-so news is the electric range back there. The guys had to come back twice. The first time they forgot to take off the brackets that is for shipping purposes, and we thought maybe that's why our drawer, bottom drawer, wasn't closing. So they came back. They actually just left a few minutes ago, came back, took those brackets off. Unfortunately, that's not why the drawer was not closing. So we now have to have a service person come out, and it's a warming drawer, so it doesn't just pop right on out of the bottom of the range. We tried looking at the manual to see if perhaps we could just do this ourselves and not have to worry about getting a service guy out here. But apparently it's a bit more tricky than that. And yeah, so the drawer is not closing. When the delivery guys were here, they did flip the unit, not completely upside down, but kind of tilted it on its side to make sure that there was nothing underneath there, preventing the warming drawer from sliding back. And unfortunately, that's not the case. I think it might be a defective warming drawer. So I guess they're gonna send a service guy out to look at it at some point in time, maybe next week. We'll see. So I think that about catches you up. We have a lot of things going on this weekend. A lot of, we're gonna be bouncing back and forth, hopefully between several different projects. And, oh, I just thought of something else to show you. Let me finish this train of thought first. So today, my first order of business is to get these cabinets wiped out. I'm using actually the flooring leftover pieces from the bathroom to put down some shelf paper into the cabinets so that the shelves don't get scratched up and the bottom of the cabinet stay nice. So yeah, the first order of business is to wipe these shelves off. The other thing I wanted to mention is right outside our front door here. So let me flip the camera around and show you what we've got going on out there. These two metal pieces are spray painted with heat resistant spray, and they are going to be going where the fireplace goes in the corner. So ignore the mess over here, but basically they're going on these wood walls back here. That's cardboard, not going to be there. That's actually our stair template. At any rate, those two metal pieces are going to be going on these two corners here to protect the wood from the fireplace, which I think we are going to install some point in time in the next couple weeks. Beautiful out. It's why I sprayed those two metal pieces, because it's going to get cold again. I can't believe it is gorgeous out today, which is also why we're running to storage. We're going to put a cabinet in the back of the truck, and might as well get that done while the weather is lovely out.
All right, the cabinets are wiped off, and the flooring / shelf paper that I'm using is put in all of them. I've put one more coat of spray paint on the metal panels, and now we are headed off to storage to get some kitchen boxes and that workshop cabinet, since the weather is still absolutely beautiful out.
Yeah, it's still here.
Good morning. We actually got the kitchen mostly set up. I'll flip the camera around here and show you the setup of everything. Everything fit really well in these cabinets. Surprisingly enough, I think it's a similar size kitchen to what we had. I think a little bit smaller, but everything fits really nicely, and we actually have some space left over for food. Because I need to go shopping and stock up on a couple items. But I'm very happy to have my coffee mugs out and be drinking coffee out of a regular coffee mug and not a travel mug anymore. So excited to have all of our kitchen dishes here. And yeah, we're gonna get started with the day, and let's see where we go. Quick tour of the kitchen coming at you, as it may never be this clean again. So up in this cabinet above the range, we have snacks and some extra dishes way up top there. Don't mind that electric wire sticking out there. We still have to do something with that. And then we have spices right next to the range, and more empty space up top for any extra things that we might need. And then in the cabinet right next to the range here, we have cooking utensils and baking and trivets, hot pads, things like that in this cabinet. These drawers we're using for food storage. Canned goods and rices, things like that. And then in this drawer, we have some snacky things and various items like that. And then on the other side of the range on this wall cabinet, we have bowls, extra glasses, some plastic glasses, and a few other random bits and bobs. Under the sink, I have cleaning supplies. It's a little bit messy, and our trash can. And spoiler alert, the dishwasher came in and we got it installed. This is future me coming at you here. Guess what came in? The dishwasher, and there is no dents. Hopefully it will work. So moving on to
Great, it's on us now.
dishwasher installation.
Note, do I have all these tools? Check, check, check. It's a lot of tools for one job.
Dishwasher is working, and we don't appear to have any leaks. Knock on wood, of course. Towels here next to the fridge. Hopefully I'm not making you too dizzy. And I've got some Tupperware in these two drawers. On our floating shelves, I have dishes that we use every day, coffee mugs. Then all the way up top there, my plan is to put a few more wine glasses, perhaps a couple cocktail glasses. And then I would really like to get a plant to put up there. That's our thought anyways, as of right now. Above the microwave, I have some extra coffee mugs, and then cookbooks, waffle maker, blender, things like we don't use a whole lot or that often. And above the fridge, again, I have things that we don't use that often, crock pot and some baking goods, things like that. In the corner here, just above the coffee pot, in this cabinet, I have coffee and tea, and then we actually have a bit of extra space there for more food and more space up top above the toaster oven for even more storage if we need. And then spinning around to the island area, this is where majority of our things are, in these big drawers. But I have all of our pots and pans, mixing bowls in this drawer. And then going down to this drawer, I have all of our baking goods and my big soup pan. And the last cabinet here on the kitchen tour is our silverware drawer. And these roll-out trays house another pan, more mixing bowls, tinier mixing bowls, measuring cups, and then cutting board, even more mixing bowls, and a few random pots, glass dishes, casserole dishes, things like that. So there you have it, a tour of our maybe not so tiny kitchen. And I think this is where I'm going to leave you for this video, so it doesn't get too long. My initial plan was to get this video, the kitchen and the living room portion, all in this video, but I think it's going to be way too long of a video. So stay tuned for part 2, which will be coming up. I don't know if I'll release another video this week or if it'll be next week's video, but stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for coming along on this one. I know it's slightly longer, but I still hope it was entertaining and you enjoyed seeing mostly the finished kitchen. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. If you're not subscribed and would consider doing so, that would also help me out. And if you think about it, hit that bell down there and that will notify you when I release a new video, and then you'll get notified if I happen to release part 2 this week or not. So again, thank you so very, very, very much for coming along. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.